Updating you on the severe weather situation for this afternoon. Continue to watch several cells go up and become strong to severe this afternoon. Several reports of large hail all across parts of western and northern mid-Missouri. We're coming on the air now because we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of central Boone in northern Callaway and southern Audrain County. It's for this cell that's moving just south of Columbia. Some likely large hail with that. Also keeping an eye on the heavy rains. If you're in Columbia, likely hearing that at this time. This warning goes until 4:15. The cell tracking to the northeast quickly this afternoon. All these cells have been racing across mid-Missouri. This one is still moving at around 50 to 55 miles per hour. We're going to take it right from the southern portion of that and take it up into Audrain County, at least the edge of that warning there. That's going to be moving into Avaz by 4:06 and Mexico eventually by 4:13. If we get a little closer, we might get a couple more cities in there. So I want to clear this off right now and take you closer into Columbia. Some very heavy rainfall coming down for South Columbia at this time. If you are on the south side between about Old 63 and Sinclair Road, getting back towards Scott Boulevard, so southwest Columbia, that's where we have some very heavy rainfall right now and quite a bit of lightning. Also have some possible large hail. This warning is in effect until 4:15, possibly seeing up to $half size hail with this storm as it tracks into central Columbia. So this will be moving likely up towards Highway 63 here very soon. Again, the worst of it right now between around Sinclair Road and South Providence, so just south of downtown. Areas up towards north of I-70, still certainly seeing some heavier rainfall, and just up towards Prathersville, likely not going to see the heaviest impact from this cell as we're just outside of the severe thunderstorm warning. But if you're in Columbia right now, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15. So we'll put a new track on that. I'll get it a little closer too as we take this track from the southern portion of the storm into northern Callaway. Might need to zoom out just a little bit because the storm is so fine scaled, as all of these have been this afternoon, very isolated. We'll take that from just south of Columbia and take it out into southern Audrain, still putting in Avaz around 4:07 and Mexico by 4:13. If you're in northern Callaway County up towards Kingdom City, likely will not be impacted by the hail in this storm, but likely going to get some heavier rain because we have some more cells developing right behind that. So let me clear this off. Okay, so we are well, we just had a live look there. That is storm track forecaster Nate Splater, and we're going to be tracking that in the storm tracker. This is taking a live look on Highway 63, driving towards this storm cell. Oh, okay. Correction. This is Chris Bryant here taking our live shot. He is on I-70 right now heading towards Columbia. So we are looking at some very heavy rainfall in a lot of these cells. Not too concerned about flooding, but just look how quickly that the rain is coming down. It's kind of torrential here, especially in the cores of these cells. And the hail threat is going to be the main concern as these storms continue to fire up. It does look like this has intensified a little bit. Keep in mind, we're not on the air for a tornado warning at this point, but wanted to let you know we've had several reports. Just about every cell that's been under a warning this afternoon has had up to at least ping pong or golf ball size hail, and that can cause damage. So if you are still in the path of this and the storm hasn't arrived yet, so say you're in northern Callaway or southern Audrain and then you're in the severe thunderstorm warning, if you can, try to move your car under some sort of protection, a garage, an overhang, or parking garage, just because we're going to be looking at the threat of hail as this continues to track off to the northeast. So that is our main cell that we're watching right now. Also had a warning that was in effect until 3:45 for northern Morgan County. That will likely expire, but we have a couple more cells that are moving out of that area that'll be impacting parts of southern Boone County, likely going to be moving into the Ashland area as those continue to move through. Let's go back up and take a look at our other warned cell. This one goes until 4:15, I believe, 4 o'clock on this one as it moves out of eastern Monroe County. So that one's going to be moving out of our viewing area up towards Hannibal and not causing us any more problems. But we still have a ways to go. Likely here going to be watching some of these cells that have just now developed within the last hour south of I-70. These will also have a severe potential as they work their way east. It looks like they're going to be running into more of a prime environment the farther east they get. So if you have plans or had plans to travel towards St. Louis this evening, that is where we're going to be seeing that severe threat shift over the next 2 to 3 hours. So as these storms get going, they're going to continue tracking to the northeast. So at this time, we are just on the air for this severe thunderstorm warning that's moving through central Boone County. I want to show you a live look here. We have a couple of our cameras up. We'll show you what it looks like around Columbia here. We'll start with our studio camera if we can pull that one up. So you'll kind of see the edge here. Since our station's on the northern side of town, we are certainly getting our rain. Temperatures are still in the 70s, but that rain is coming down here at the station. But you'll see the edge of the cloud cover, and that is on this northern side of this storm. We'll take another look. I don't know if I have this one pulled up here. I don't have our West Columbia camera, but if we take a look at Jefferson City, probably not going to see a whole lot yet. Likely dark clouds. Yeah, not seeing too much. We have that sunshine. And on the other side of Jefferson City on Highway 54, we can probably get we have some rain coming down. Some of those cells that are just out to the west in Montauk County starting to move into the capital city. So we do have a lot to watch still here. Just a couple of those warnings that we are seeing tonight or this afternoon. We have that severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect until 4 o'clock, or 4:15. That includes Audrain, Boone, and northern Callaway County. So at this point, we're going to take you off the air. We're going to continue to keep an eye on the cells that continue to track across mid-Missouri. It looks like we have maybe one new warning here underneath some of these cells. These are going to be tracking here through parts of Cooper County and back into central Boone County. So kind of a train of cells that we'll be tracking here. Before we get off the air, I do want to track these for you as they're kind of moving into some of the same areas. So Columbia, once this one passes, probably going to be under the threat for another threat for some hail as these storms move in our direction. So we are going to track those. I'll actually put the line on here from the most farther away storm. That's going to be tracking into central Boone County. That should move back into Columbia by around 4:11 of Oz. You're going to see this cell moving in your direction, likely by around 4:15. The next one in line by around 4:41. Mexico getting another hit of some hail and heavy rain by 4:47, and Ladonia by 5:03. So we do have a couple storm warnings in effect. These generally are in effect until 4:15 for the threat of up to about $half size hail and strong thunderstorm winds up to around 60 miles per hour. So we're going to keep an eye on these, keep tuning the forecast for the rest of tonight. We are still in a tornado watch until 8 p.m. across the entire viewing area, keeping an eye on these cells that are south of I-70 at this time, tracking across parts of mid-Missouri. It does look like our severe weather threat is going to start ticking down here by around 6 or 7 o'clock, and then we'll be dealing with gusty winds for the rest of the night. So we're going to have another update coming up here very shortly. Other than that, you can keep an eye on the radar and the forecast on abc17news.com.
This has been an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day update.